I'm here today talking with Ashley Dunlop, who lives in Ottawa, Canada, with her family and her son Eli, who is 6 years old. Ashley and her husband Vic did the Group 333 program, and she's here to talk about her experience. Hi, Ashley.
Hello.
Thanks for talking today. I'm wondering if you could tell everyone what was the problem you were experiencing before you found me at the guided autism program.
I think the biggest struggle for my family was not really ever being able to leave the house. For us, Eli struggles with self regulation and has to be beside me at all times. We basically, first thing in the morning, he would scream for me before he even got out of bed. I would have to go get him. I mean, I'd have to sneak out the doors to be able to go even to the store to get milk. So I felt like I was constantly walking on eggshells pretty much at all times in the house. It was pretty stressful.
So, could you and Vic ever go out together?
Not really. There was only kind of one person, and that was my mom, that could take Eli, that he was actually okay with. And just due to age and she's still working, it was very minimal. So a lot of the times we would have to do things separate.
What were you feeling when you were trying to solve this problem on your own?
To be honest, pretty defeated and hopeless just because I've tried everything. We've done a ton of programs, therapy. I've done a million meetings with his teachers. I've done a lot of online courses like through like CHIO, through the fundamentals while waiting for OAP. You name it, we've tried it. He's been through speech, he's been through occupational therapy. Like I said, social ABCs. We've tried a lot of things. Like for a young, we found out early that Eli had autism, so we tried to jump on the boat to getting help as soon as possible. Nothing really was working.
Were you doing those things for years?
Yeah, we found out Eli was diagnosed. Well, actually, his doctor originally, like when he was 16 months old, mentioned it, but I just was kind of in denial of it. And he was diagnosed actually when he was 2. So as soon
And
as he was diagnosed, we jumped on board and I started signing up for everything I could possibly sign up for.
what was different about me and the guided autism program? What made you think, like, okay, this is it?
I think a lot to do with you guys. With the major difference was it wasn't like I want you to do this. It was like you guys were like, what could you do? You made us really think about things ourselves to come up with stuff. Like you were there definitely to give us ideas and for support, but everything else was kind of like you could print out a paper and this is what they wanted us to do. It didn't matter if it was Eli, if it was another kid, it was always the same instructions for everybody. It was cookie cutter. And that was the difference with your program. It wasn't, I want you to do this. It was more like, what do you think you could do differently? You know what I mean? And that really made a huge difference. It made me stop and slow down and realize that it really wasn't about so much all the therapy, which I mean has been amazing, don't get me wrong, but it was really about what we were doing right here at home that made a major difference. And that's what you guys opened my eyes to big time. Kind of my first time jumping into a different program that CHIO wasn't involved with. So I was a little nervous, but honestly, one of the best things we've definitely done.
So you did the group program. There were three families in your group. I'm interested to know how you felt. Like you said, it's not cookie cutter, but you were doing it in a group. How did you feel in the group?
It was really nice, the group, because there was questions that I wasn't thinking of at the time, but that were popping up for other families that I could definitely relate to, that just maybe weren't happening at that moment, but had happened in the past or down the road have happened, since that question. And I think just knowing that there's other people out there struggling like you are makes a difference. Sorry, I don't mean to get emotional, but it's true, It's really hard and it's kind of lonely at times. So just knowing there's other people out there that are feeling like you are, and it's good to know that you're with the same like-minded people, and that support it's beneficial. And like I said, even though we were with other people, I feel like each of our experiences were different, like there was definitely similar things, but there was a lot of differences for us too, but there was still learning experiences, that things that you were telling them that I feel I will be able to apply at some point too.
How did you find that 3 months? How did you find getting support? Was it helpful? Was it easy? when you shifted to that, what was that like?
It was actually a nice little program. It was the first time I'd ever used that app, but I like the fact that I could private message you if I had something that I wanted to kind of keep between us. And I mean, you were always quick to answer that way. And I like the fact that I could kind of make a post, you know what I mean? So that other people from the group could see it. So it gave us kind of the opportunity to comment on each other's stuff too, whether it was either just kind of being there supportive or even just suggestions. Because there are some people in there I think that probably have been there maybe a little bit more long term than I was. And they've even answered some stuff for me along the way that's been beneficial too. So that was nice, like, laying in bed at night, if there was something I knew I wasn't going to get an answer maybe right away, but that morning that you were there, to respond back, and or if not, somebody else, you know what I mean? And that was great. It was nice.
And how did you find the that calendar part where there's the links to all the Zoom calls each week? Was that helpful?
Oh yeah, the fact that you could just it showed live when you were on and you could just click that and get right into there, like that is nice. Like being I could just click right on and it opened right up, that was awesome.
Was there a moment for you during the process where you thought this is going to work?
Yeah, definitely was the moment that I got to sit down on the couch and have a coffee. And my son came out of his bedroom and sat down on the couch beside me instead of me hearing him scream my name and demanding me to come get him. That was like, might be a small thing for some people, but that was huge. It was huge. And he woke up not angry. Like a lot of times he wakes up very overstimulated right from the start. And he came and he sat on the couch and it was like, that was a big moment for us, definitely.
So he sat on the couch because he wanted to be with you,
Yeah.
not because he was demanding you.
Yes, exactly. That was, yeah, it was nice because just a lot of times when, the screaming from the bedroom, it just kind of instantly kind of gets, that anxiety right in, for everybody. So, I mean, just to be able to avoid that first thing in the morning is huge.
What does your life look like now that you've solved this or you're in the process of solving it and moving on? What's different? What do things look like?
Things just feel lighter, honestly. Like things feel lighter. It's, we get up in the morning and like I said, it's not an instant like panic anxiety. Like it's like, hey, let's have breakfast. Let's sit down and like relax with each other. I mean, of course, we still have our struggle, but at the same time, I feel more prepared. I feel like Eli feels more prepared. You know what I mean? Like his self regulation has really stepped up since then. Like I feel like he has adapted with us stepping back. It's really allowed him to grow, so that's been a major moment for us. So now I can sit back. I kind of observe a little bit more. I sit on my chair and I have all 4 feet on the ground.
I love that, Ashley. That's amazing. So, what are you excited about in the future?
I think I just feel more excited about Eli's future. I feel like, us going out places together, it's not so, like I said, it kind of took the joy out of things. I always felt like I had to be prepared to get back in the car or leave my husband behind, or, you know what I mean? Because the four of us just couldn't join, and I'm excited to see like this Christmas, us to be able to maybe go spend some time with some family and it not be chaos. You know what I mean? And he's growing and I'm excited to see him succeed. I really feel like this has gained confidence for us as a family and confidence for him.
So, would you recommend the 333 program?
100%. Honestly, I always said to mom, because, when I brought up the program to her and she's like, well, what makes you, I said, I need to try something different. I have tried everything and I'm like, I need to try something different. And this is the different thing that I needed to try. Like I said, and it wasn't hard. It was just learning how to step back and trust the process. And it was worth it every step of the way, 100%.
So, what would you like to say to the parents of children with autism out there who are struggling?
Don't give up. I know how hard it is, trust me. And every day is, you kind of expect the unexpected. But honestly, if you can just learn to step back and let your child grow, it's worth it. It's beneficial for everybody. And honestly, like I just can't get over how much growth we've had in the last like 3, 4 months, realistically. It's been amazing. And I'm excited to see where we go from here.
Thanks for talking to me today, Ashley.
No problem. Thank you very much. You guys were amazing.
Bye.
Bye.